Now, you refer to yourself in the third person when you're The Rock, kind of like Bob Dole?
That's right. That's right. Only better looking than Bob Dole, though. Yeah.
But he's got a great personality.
That he does. He does. I got to give him that much. Yeah, the character of The Rock refers to himself in the third person, very arrogant and over the edge in terms of a lot of things, actually, on the show. So it's the character's really blown up in terms of popularity and appeal.
Well, you know, I'm curious about that because I understand when you first started out, you were what they call a baby face, which is a good guy.
Right.
And you became a heel, which is more of a bad guy.
Right.
Although the bad guys still have some good traits and the good guys still have some bad traits.
Well, it's funny, you know, in our industry now, it's taken such an attitudinal turn, and there's such a gray area of what's a good guy and what's a bad guy, heel or babyface. The character of The Rock, there's a lot of idiosyncrasies there. It was a hard adjustment going from professional wrestling, obviously, because professional wrestling, as you know, is like was always like my theater, and I would always have to play very big and very large and over the top. But the great thing is, through the help of some really, really good acting coaches, Peter Berg, for example, who directed The Rundown, helped me in terms of subtleties and toning things down a lot. And at least in The Rundown, I get a chance to show comedic timing, or at least test my timing against other actors.
In this moment, on this day, become the man you were born to be. Let it be to death or victory!
Talk about the man you were born to be. I feel like you were kind of born to play this role.
I was.
I heard you wanted to play it since you were a kid?
Yeah, you know, when I was a kid at 5, I saw the very first Hercules, Steve Reeves, and I saw this amazing poster of him, and I'll never forget it, and it inspired me then. And then when I first got to Hollywood, 14 years ago, it was the first movie, the project that I brought up to the executives. And at that time, I didn't have the juice, I didn't have the clout, so it didn't get made. And then years later, here I'm sitting with you. So I do. And I actually said this to our director, Brett Ratner, a few years ago when we sat down for it. I said, I know it may sound cliche and maybe a little bit corny, but I feel in my bones, I was born to play this role.
Well, something really amused me. I heard you had to bulk up for the role. Is that true?
This is so amusing.
Yeah, amusing if you don't have to go through the regimen.
I did. Well, you know, you get one shot at Hercules, and even though there's been iterations in the past of Hercules, I wanted to create a Hercules that was defining for our generation, and I wanted to. And there I am in Budapest, training, and it was working out twice a day for 6 months.
When did you start? What time in the morning?
3:30 in the morning.
I mean, it's crazy. And tell me about your food, your eating regimen, because that's also insane.
Are you sure you want to hear this?
Yeah,
pregnant?
I do.
It's crazy, by the way. It was 7 to 8 meals a day, starting at 3:30 in the morning. But I needed that. I needed all the calories, by the way, to support all the activity that I was doing.
You know what else gets audiences? Let me put up the latest cover of Men's Health. Here you are again. Hello.
Look at that.
Tell me, what's your daily workout routine?
The daily workout routine is, well, I have this thing where I like to get up before the sun.
Yeah.
And so I was up. I like to get up, and I just like to do a little bit of cardio, play my music really loud, like here in New York in the hotels, wake everybody up.
Yeah.
We get the calls from the hotel. And then, but I just feel like if there's some sort of activity for me in the morning, it could be, and for somebody it's Pilates or walking or biking or whatever it is, at least it anchors my day.
Yeah.
And then I'm able to work 12, 14, 16 hours a day.
So did you bench press the bellman on your way to work, to the studio
I mean,
today?
you say bellman as if it's singular. It's actually plural.
Bellman.
Savannah, you've known me too long. Yes, bellman.
Bellman, exactly. And before I let you go, I am a big devoted follower of your Instagram feed.
Thank you so much.
A little dancing was on it the other day.
Oh, yes.
Yes, I think we can roll the video because here you are with your movies. Now, can you give us the backstory on this?
Yes, I'm shooting a movie right now. It's a big comedy, action comedy with Kevin Hart, and in it, my character was relentlessly bullied in high school, but loved to dance. So then he goes off, he quits high school, and then he becomes a CIA contract killer, but he's still that young kid, that young boy. So that's why I'm taking dance lessons now. And at the end of the movie, I'm not going to give it away, I may or may not have this pretty cool dance sequence. And I may or may not wear a fanny pack in the movie too.
It's got several major projects hitting theaters, including of all of our favorites, The Fate of the Furious. And in this latest installment, Dwayne's character, Lucas Hobbs, finds himself once again trying to pull off the impossible. Take a look.
Next attention.
the wheel. Where are you going? This is crazy. Speed up. Left and back. What? Turn the wheel to the left really quickly.
Yes!
I mean,
When you read the script and it says, Lucas moves a torpedo to take out
redirects a torpedo.
He lives for this stuff.
I live for the. I mean, that's a fun part, right? And Ludo will tell you this: is that we're in the franchise, we get an opportunity to do things. Here's reality, and we take it to this level above reality and have fun. So redirecting a torpedo with one hand.
Yes, one hand.
Yeah, not
one
two.
hand. And by the way, I think it's the first time in cinematic history that there is a submarine car chase.
There is. That you rely on us, yes, to do the impossible.
I was asking Chris, what's it like when because you all have your piece of the pie, but then to sit back and watch it when it's all finished, the way we'll see it.
Well, that's really the best part. I can't speak for Chris, but I'm pretty sure he feels the same way. It's really the best part is the fans, because this franchise is a challenge, right? So it's fun, but it's also a really heavy-duty challenge because there's an 8 at the end of the title. So, Chris has been in more than I have, but the challenge is you got to make it better. You got to hopefully try and make it bigger, cooler. Yeah, raise the bar. So it's a challenge. So at the end of the day, to sit back and know that the fans are loving it, honestly, the best part.